Hey, what's up, y'all? We are back with HotxXMag Talk Show with your host from HotxXMag Online Radio, Tara J. And we are live right now with Malik.
What's going on, everyone? How y'all doing? My name is Malik Long, a.k.a. Dapper Cool, a.k.a. the Cool Brother. The reason why I call myself Dapper Cool because I like to dress so dapper and I'm so cool. As you can see, I'm not dressing dapper right now. I'm dressing casual, so, just laid back for this interview. So, happy to be here.
Absolutely. And it's nice having you on the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, before we get into this, let the people know, what city are you representing from?
Well, I'm representing Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the 215. The reason why I'm up here is because of my wife. She's born and raised here, so I've been up here since November of 2012, and we've been married for 3 years. August of this year will make it 4. So, I'm just happy to be up here in the 412, the Steel City.
Yes, that is amazing. Shout out to your wife. And congratulations on you guys' marriage as well.
Thank you.
That's amazing. You're welcome. So, you're here in the city. You're really talented. You got a lot going on. Let the people know everything that you got underneath your belt.
Well, right about now, I am a host and founder of a podcast called The Cool Podcast with the Cool Brother. You can catch episodes on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and other major digital platforms. I do artist spotlight on artists that didn't get the credit that they truly deserve, like Keith Washington or Brownstone or Tammy Terrell. And plus, I interview artists, that lives here in the 412 and other cities as well. And also, I interview entrepreneurs, activists, anybody that has something to say that wants to come on my podcast, feel free. I'm available, and let's make it happen.
Wow, that is amazing. So when did you first start your podcast?
I started my podcast back in September of last year.
Okay.
Yes, I just felt like I wanted to say something, spread my message across the United States and hopefully the world. So, I want to shout out to a couple of brothers that influenced me to do this podcast. Shout out to Mr. Christopher Adamson and Mr. Alfred Passard. They are two of the founders of the Rap Lab podcast. They influenced me to do the Cool Podcast with the Cool Brothers. So they influenced me on doing this, and they helped me a lot on what I need to do.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
So, as a podcast / radio host, you go through a lot. You deal with a lot of people, different personalities.
Yes.
What would you say your favorite part about having your own show would be?
Just talking to the audience, talking to the people, hopefully I'm able to connect with them, and I have been thus far connecting with them, so they enjoyed it. I got positive feedback from it, so yeah, just connecting with the audience and having something to say.
Absolutely. That is super dope. Oh my goodness. So I know you said you just started your podcast last year, but what are your plans for this year? This is a new year. It's going pretty quick, but we got a couple more months to go. What's your plans for this year?
As for my podcast, just hopefully having more guests and doing more artist spotlight episodes and gaining new listeners. So hopefully that's possible.
Absolutely. So if, let's say I was a radio host like I am, or a music artist, or just an entrepreneur in general, and I wanted to get on your show, especially being under maybe artist spotlight or business spotlight, how would they go about doing that?
Well, you can find me on Facebook as my government Malik Long, Instagram Cool Malik 82, Twitter Smooth Malik. You can inbox me on one of those social media platforms. Also, you can email me at thecoolpodcast@aol.com, and I'll respond right away, and we can set it up and make it happen.
Wow, that is amazing, and you make it really easy.
Yeah, it is. Simple.
Wow. So you guys, he has many talents. Not only does he have his own podcast, but he also does music as well, which is so crazy because, a lot of times people start podcasts or radio shows and they have no idea what it's like to be a music artist. And to be completely honest, when you're running a music podcast, it's very important that you at least know what it's like, especially when working with other artists, to really fit their needs. And when I heard that you did music as well, I said, oh, I automatically like your podcast because you knew exactly what it takes. You know exactly what they go through. So when it comes to being a music artist and having your own podcast, how do you balance the two?
Just simple. I have time for both. Just have a set date I do the podcast, and then another day I do my music performance or open mic or vocal lesson. You know, I just balance it. So.
Wow. That's a lot.
Yes.
So when you say your vocal lessons and everything, do you play with like a band and all of that good stuff, or?
No, I'm doing solo. I used to be in a group with two other gentlemen. Shout out to Kevin Lee and Michael Lindsay. They were former members of the group that I was in, titled New Nostalgia. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but we did some performances here and there in the city. But we recorded some tracks. You know, two tracks is on SoundCloud. But other than that, you know, that was it. Pretty much it. It was brief, but it was good.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a learning experience for all of you guys. You guys took something from it, and then there's things that you left as well.
Yes.
So there's really no shame in that game. But moving forward, you know, especially with the podcast and with your music, what would you like to see change in the community in Pittsburgh, or even in your own town in Philly?
I like to see us come together. Yeah, basically come together. We've been suffering from the crabs in the barrel mentality for far too long. Mm-hmm. And so I just want us to come together. That's it.
Absolutely.
Oh, and you know, I want to give a shout out to all the black women all across the United States, in the city, and in Philly, and all over the world. Black women are awesome. As y'all can see, black women are awesome. Just like you and every other black woman across the city, Philly, and all over the United States and all over the world. So, black women, from a black man to y'all, I love you.
That is amazing. Wow. And, you know, we thank all of you guys who also, you know, represent for the black women as well, because I think it's a strong community, you know what I'm saying? Black men, black women. And when we all support each other, it's definitely a great thing, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes.
Black love in the world, you know, Black Lives Matter, all of that good stuff. And it really does matter.
Yes.
So you guys make sure that, you know, you let your other people know all the time that you love them every time you walk out the door, because you never know when it'll be the last time. You always show that you care. It's really important.
Definitely.
So that shirt is definitely meaningful.
Yes.
Absolutely.
One of my favorite shirts ever.
Wow. And it's really touching, and I think that it means a lot right now, especially with everything going on.
Yes, definitely.
You know, and speaking of that, you know, I know that you said that you'll be working with businesses and music artists, but will you also have topics every week on your show, or?
Yeah, actually, I had a topic about black men and mental health on my podcast. I thought that was very important, because a lot of brothers, you know, we don't like to open up, because if we do, we get criticized, or, you know, we get called a sissy or a punk or a chump, and we just keep those feelings bottled up, and it's not good. So I made it my mission to address, you know, the mental illness in our community, especially with black men and black women. So, you know, I thought it was important to address it.
That is very important. And honestly, I think that that was very timing, very perfect timing, because we're going through this pandemic. A lot of men and women have lost their jobs. They're suffering. They have kids. They're trying to figure out every day how to feed their kids.
Yes.
And some of us are fortunate enough, and some of us aren't.
Yes.
So to have that topic, just for people to be able to reach out and get it off their chest and feel a little bit better, is very important.
Yes.
Because, you know, during the pandemic, the number of rates of suicide have went up.
Yes.
The number of rates of deaths have went up, not only just from the virus, but from people taking each other's lives or their own,
Yes.
unfortunately. And it's something really serious. You guys, I will attach in the link below, if you guys are suffering and feeling, you know, suicidal, there is a hotline that you can call. So I will put that in the description below. And also reach out to his podcast as well, because I'm sure that you can talk about whatever on there. You can also reach out to my podcast, HotxXMag Online Radio. I have done actually one on suicide as well.
Yes.
It kind of wasn't the topic, but I had a guest on there, and he went through something. I won't say his name, but he went through something, and we had a heart-to-heart on the show, and then everybody started coming out of nowhere.
Yes. And speaking of therapy, you know, I'm actually going to therapy as we speak. You know, I had a therapy session last Friday, and it's doing wonders for me. Also, I'm doing some meditation to keep me in good spirits. So, you know, brothers, ladies, it's okay to go to therapy. It's okay to open up, because trust me, once you do it, you'll feel better. You know, it'll hurt in the beginning, but after it's all said and done, you'll feel much better.
Absolutely. And I'm glad that you said that, because there are going to be people watching this that's going through a hard time. We all go through them. You know what I'm saying? I had a day yesterday. But, you know, we go through it. But to hear somebody else say it, you can relate to that. And it makes them feel a little bit better. Maybe it may not make them fully better every day, but you just got them past today.
Yes.
So I think that is very important that you just said that. And I want to thank you for bringing that up. So you guys, I know we kind of got sentimental for a moment because it was really important for you guys to know. But like I told y'all, not only does he have a podcast, but he also does music. So we're about to go on a short break, and then we'll come right back, and we're going to see him perform live. Let's go.
I'm so glad that I met you. You caught my eyes, sitting over there, looking so damn fine. I wanna get to know you better. Please give me the time. I know soon. I don't wanna wait too late. Got to have you by my side. Let me know just what it takes. I wanna get to know you better. Please give me the time. Yeah. I wanna be with you. You wanna be with me. Can't you see that you're everything? You are so fine, and you're one of a kind. I wanna be with you, you wanna be with me. Can't you see that you're everything? You are so fine, and you're one of a kind. Thank you.
Yes, that was super dope. I mean, you came with it real quick.
Yes.
I thought you was about to bust a rap. He started singing. I said, oh, okay.
Yes.
Some of the people in the audience I heard said that you sound like Michael Jackson.
That's a huge compliment.
That,
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Oh, wow. So, you know, how long have you been singing for?
I've been taking vocal singing since 2000. I had my very first performance in Philly back in 2004. But prior to that, I was in the choir in the 4th and 5th grade. I took a break from it during my middle and high school years, but after I graduated, I wanted to sing again, so I took vocal lessons and been singing ever since.
Wow, that is amazing. And you just, I mean, it was a shock. That is super dope. So, you know, a lot of people in the audience were liking your singing and everything, and they want more. You know, they want to know, where can they find your music out on social media?
Unfortunately, I haven't recorded yet, but you know, I'm planning on going to the studio. I just need the money for it. But in the meantime, you can find the music that I made with two fellas in New Nostalgia on SoundCloud. That's New Nostalgia, NUNOSTAGILA. I think I'm pronouncing it incorrectly, but go find it. You know, you won't be disappointed with the songs that I made with those two. So, but I will be recording soon. But as of now, I'm just focusing on my podcast.
Absolutely. Now, if people wanted to tune in to your podcast, what days are you live on your podcast, or where could they check you out at?
I normally do my artist spotlight episodes on Wednesdays, and also my interviews on Sundays. So, you know, you can check out the latest episodes on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and other major digital platforms. I also got a website for my podcast. That's a link in my Instagram and Facebook page. My Instagram, CoolMalik82, and also on Facebook, Malik Long, and also got a page for my podcast on Facebook titled The Cool Podcast with yours truly, the Cool Brothers. So, yeah, you know, if you want to come on, just hit me up, let me know, inbox me, the Cool Podcast at AOL.com, and I'll be happy to have you on.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Well, it was a super blessing to have you on the show. I want to thank you for coming on HotxxMag Talk Show. Hopefully we can work. You're welcome. Hopefully we can work in the future. And you guys, make sure y'all go follow him on social media. Check out his podcast. Make sure y'all tune in Wednesday and Sundays. Okay. Yes. And, you know, check it out. Follow him. Y'all know what it's about. Let's support each other. And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
So thank you again.
No problem. Peace and blessing to you. Peace.